It was a chilly autumn evening, and Sophie stood at the iron gates of the old English mansion. The wind whispered through the trees, carrying leaves that danced across the overgrown path. The mansion loomed before her, its ivy-covered walls and broken windows giving it an air of mystery. "This is it," Sophie whispered to herself, clutching her flashlight tightly. Her friends had dared her to spend the night inside the haunted mansion, and while she wasn't one to back down from a challenge, the eerie silence sent a shiver down her spine. With a deep breath, she pushed open the creaking gates and stepped onto the cobblestone pathway. Each step brought her closer to the grand wooden doors of the mansion. As she reached out to knock, the door creaked open on its own. "Welcome," a soft voice echoed from inside. Sophie froze for a moment, her heart racing. "Did I just imagine that?" she thought. Gathering her courage, she stepped inside. The grand foyer was dimly lit by the moonlight streaming through a cracked window. Dust motes floated in the air, and the wooden floor creaked beneath her feet. Suddenly, the same soft voice spoke again. "Can you say, 'Welcome, welcome'?" Sophie repeated hesitantly, her voice trembling. The voice continued, "Good. You've taken the first step. Let's begin our journey." Sophie's fear began to fade, replaced by curiosity. What kind of journey? She wondered. She tightened her grip on the flashlight and took a step deeper into the mansion, ready to uncover its secrets. Sophie's footsteps echoed softly as she walked further into the grand foyer. The air smelled of aged wood and faintly of roses, a combination that felt both enchanting and unsettling. Her flashlight illuminated the room, revealing a dusty chandelier hanging precariously from the ceiling. Suddenly, she noticed a faint glow coming from a doorway to her left. As she approached, the voice spoke again. "To enter this room, you must say the word for what's in front of you." Sophie hesitated, then shone her flashlight on the object. It was an old wooden chair. "Chair," she said aloud. The glow brightened, and the door creaked open. Inside, Sophie found what appeared to be a study. A large wooden table stood in the center, surrounded by tall bookshelves. The room felt oddly warm, as though someone had just left it moments ago. "Say it," the voice prompted. Sophie glanced at the table and replied, "Table." The voice chuckled softly. "Good. Now, look around. What else do you see?" Sophie turned her flashlight toward a corner of the room, spotting a small couch. "Room and couch?" she guessed. The voice replied with encouragement. "Close. This is a room, but that is a sofa. Repeat after me. This is a sofa." "This is a sofa," Sophie said, smiling slightly at how strange it felt to be talking to a voice in the dark. "Very good," the voice exclaimed. "Now go to the next door." A faint path of glowing footprints appeared, leading her toward another part of the mansion. Sophie followed them, feeling her nervousness slowly replaced by curiosity and excitement. The glowing footprints led Sophie into a grand dining hall. The room was massive, with a long, ornate table stretching nearly the entire length. Dust-covered chairs lined the table, and a faded red carpet lay beneath it. At the far end of the room, a ghostly figure holding a candle appeared. Sophie froze. The figure's face was kind, and its glow lit up the room with a soft, golden light. "Don't be afraid," it said. "I'm here to help you." The figure gestured toward the table. "Tell me, where is the chair?" Sophie looked around and answered hesitantly, "The chair is next to the table." "Good," the ghost said, nodding. "And what is under the table?" Sophie crouched and saw a dusty carpet. "The rug is under the table," she replied. "Excellent. Remember these words. Next to, under, and on. Repeat them. Next to, under, on," Sophie said, her confidence growing. The ghost smiled and extended its glowing hand toward her. "Take this key," it said. "It will open the next door, where more challenges await." Sophie took the key, and as the ghost disappeared, she couldn't help but feel proud of her progress. Sophie unlocked the next door, which opened into a stunning library. Shelves packed with books towered above her, and glowing crystals embedded in the walls illuminated the room with a magical blue light. As she stepped inside, a book floated down from one of the shelves and landed gently on a nearby desk. The voice returned, saying, "Open it." "There's much to learn here." Sophie flipped open the book and found sentences written in elegant handwriting. "The book is on the table. The lamp is next to the shelf." The book's pages shimmered as she read aloud. "The book is on the table. The lamp is next to the shelf." "Good," the voice said. "Now look around. Can you find the sofa?" Sophie spotted it tucked in a corner. "The sofa is next to the bookshelf," she said confidently. The voice encouraged her to repeat each phrase several times, reinforcing what she had learned. As she finished, a small drawer in the desk popped open, revealing a map and a note. "Find the treasure in the basement." The map led Sophie to a staircase hidden behind a shelf in the library. She descended into the basement where the air grew cooler and the light dimmer. At the center of the room stood a large locked chest. The voice whispered again, "Use the key." Sophie reached into her pocket and retrieved the golden key the ghost had given her earlier. As she inserted it into the lock, the chest creaked open, revealing a dazzling collection of gold coins, a sparkling compass, and a rolled-up scroll. She unrolled the scroll, revealing a message in elegant handwriting. "Congratulations, Sophie. This treasure is your reward for learning and using English on your journey. Remember, every word you learn is a key to unlocking new adventures." Sophie smiled, feeling a mix of pride and joy. Next to under on, she repeated to herself, knowing these simple words had brought her this far. As Sophie left the mansion with the golden compass in hand, the sun was beginning to rise. She looked back at the mysterious house, which now felt more magical than scary. "I learned so much tonight," she thought. "Next to under on these words will help me in so many ways." Turning to the camera, Sophie said with a smile, "Now it's your turn. Look around you and find something to describe. Is it next to something? Under something? On something? Practice these phrases and share your sentences in the comments below. She held up the compass and added, and don't forget, learning English is like finding a treasure. It's an adventure worth taking. See you next time.